I'm Bambi Francisco for Vader News. Why do you need an online dating site when there's Facebook? Thread is a new site that's leveraging Facebook so you can find the perfect match. Joining me to talk about Thread is co-founder and CEO Brian Phillips. Brian, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure to be here.
Congratulations on the recent launch and the $1.2 million in funding that you received from notable VCs, Founders Fund, First Round Capital, Sequoia. So congratulations.
Thank you very much
on that. So you're a dating site. You've got Match.com, eHarmony, Yahoo Personals, Plenty of Fish. There's a lot of dating sites out there already. So why do you think you can do a better job?
Yeah, there's a lot of great dating sites, as you mentioned, but not everyone's on those dating sites. In fact, the best people, I'm sure there's some great people on those sites, but the best people are all on Facebook. So everybody's on Facebook now. And I often say, my future wife is almost certainly on Facebook right now. I just have a search problem.
How do you know she's not like on High Five or something?
She may be on High Five, but Facebook is like just dominating right now.
So why did you start this? Were you like, are you like this big matchmaker, or are you a frustrated dater? Talk about
well, it started, so one of my co-founders, Sky Lee, is the consummate matchmaker, and she's always trying to set me up. And before we ever dreamt up this company, it'd be pretty routine. I'd get an email or a call from Sky and be like, I met this great girl at a coffee shop. She's a lawyer. She's super attractive. You should call her. I'm going to set you guys up. And from that, we'd often have an exchange. Hey, will you tell me more about her? Do you have any pictures? And we'd have this exchange back and forth. And when we came together thinking about company ideas, we said, hey, all the stuff we do with dating, couldn't we make that a lot easier? And now that Facebook Connect's available, isn't there a lot of powerful things we could do with Facebook? And we agreed there were.
And when was this? When did you come up with that idea?
This was just in December of last year.
Wow, so when you quickly turned it around.
Yeah.
So what's the key to great matchmaking?
Well, I think your friends know you best. So there's plenty of matchmakers out there and even matchmaking algorithms that will look at sort of your profile and try to match you up. But we believe that friends are the best matchmakers. They know you best, they know their friends best, and they can make a pretty good assessment whether you're going to be a match.
Except girls shouldn't be matchmaking for their guy friends, I hear.
Some people believe it. I've had some of the best setups from some of my girlfriends.
Really? And what if they say, like, she's really nice?
Well, you might want to ask, hey, give me more information, depending on what you're interested in. Tell me about, what she does, what's her personality like.
Okay. So let's talk about how you're leveraging Facebook. So I know they use Facebook Connect.
That's right.
To log on. So what, and are you creating filters then that lie on top of it to really just organize the information?
Yeah, so we've really embraced Facebook Connect. We love it. It's a super powerful tool. In fact, the idea sort of came about once Facebook Connect became available in December, and we looked at sort of a list of candidate ideas, and dating sort of rose to the top now that Facebook Connect became available, because we said, wow, there's a lot of really cool things we can do. And so the experience with Facebook is great. You basically come to our site, you log in with your existing Facebook account, so you don't have to create, there's no registration, you don't have to create a new.
That makes it easy.
And then you come to the site, and immediately you can sort of browse your friends' friends. So for example, if you were a single girl, you might come in and say, hey, show me all my friends' friends who are 25 to 35 and single in the Bay Area, and you would just see guys.
So you're just really organized, because all that information is there already, but it's just hard to kind of sift through. What other types of information, because I looked at Yahoo Personals, it has ethnicity, body type, that's not the type of information that you're giving to Facebook at this point.
Correct, but you do get quite a bit of rich information from Facebook. You often get sort of what kind of music they're into, what movies they like. If you share a network, you can often see lots of very rich, authentic profile photos. Like oftentimes on a dating site, you only get a couple of photos, and they tend to be sort of the best glamour shots. But through Friends of Friends, you can see sort of the real person. You can often see where they're working, where they went to school.
Pretty much everything that they want to show.
Tons of great information.
So how does the matching work? Let's say I go on there, which I wouldn't be on there on Thread, but say I do go on there to find people I want to date if I were single.
Yeah.
And I see some people, but who aren't on Thread, but who are a good match, I believe. Do I contact them on Thread, or do I contact them on Facebook?
So
I guess it has to be Facebook.
The typical experience is you would come onto the site, you'd log into your Facebook account, boom, you would just see guys of interest. You could sort and filter them, so you might say, hey, between this age and that age in the Bay Area, and you would see probably thousands, if not tens of thousands of guys.
Right.
And the fun part is everyone you see, you would know through at least one of your friends.
Right.
And so, for example, you might see this guy, Todd, I'll make it up. And Todd's interesting. You read his profile. He seems like an interesting guy. You say, oh, I know Todd through Brian. You could send me a message through Thread and be like, yo, Brian, what's up with Todd? He seems really interesting. And I could write back, Todd's awesome.
Right.
He's a doctor. He's single. Let me introduce you.
But all that interaction is on Facebook. So are you going to create some messaging on your platform?
So the message I just described, right now we actually facilitate on our own site, on Thread. There's actually been quite a few requests to move some of that messaging to the Facebook inbox, which we're probably going to experiment with. But we basically facilitate, it looks just like an email, we go back and forth.
And what about if you're, so you actually get to see the entire population on Facebook and not just people who are your friends, is that correct?
No, you just see your friends of friends. So
Okay.
for example, like I've got 300 some friends using Thread right now,
Okay.
unless they're alpha testers I convinced
Right.
to try it out. And as a result, I have over 100,000 friends of friends.
Right.
So it sort of demonstrates the power of the second degree social graph.
So that means that actually you're sort of compelled, if you were single, to actually broaden out your network. Because I probably have 1,000 invitations on Facebook and maybe like 80 friends.
Yes.
So I would have to. Okay, so Facebook must love that. Okay, you just launched. So
Just launched.
how's traction?
Great. So we just launched last Tuesday, and we
Okay.
got a ton of great press, which we're really appreciative of. And just in the last few days, we've had another some 4,000 registrations.
Okay, and these are people actually giving you the emails, their emails.
Yeah, to sign up, all you do is log in with the Facebook account, and then we ask for your email so that we can notify you if one of your friends is asking about one of your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And then last question, Match.com and eHarmony are two companies that, well, as you said, they own 70% of the market share. They create these personality tests. I mean, so they add a lot to the dating experience, a lot of scientific stuff. So are you doing anything like that?
No, we're not doing that now. We're still relying, and so far so good, we're still relying on the friends to make the sort of assessment to say, hey, this is a good match. And the fun thing is, when you look at sort of the people available on Thread, they're all friends of friends. So sort of by definition, you share a lot of sort of common traits and characteristics and networks. Okay. So the people that you see on Thread tend to be like-minded.
So for now, you're not going to have any personality tests for now. So you're single?
I'm single.
Have you had any luck?
I have had some luck on Thread, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
In just a
I'm
week's
going to be
time?
embarrassed. Yeah, no, I've been set up quite a bit.
Do you want to tell us about that? Can we,
Absolutely.
Anyway. Okay, you're going to stick around, Brian. We're going to talk about the business model of Thread. I've been speaking with Brian Phillips. He's the CEO and co-founder of Thread. I'm Bambi Francisco.